Welcome back, guys. It's Derby Day versus Southampton, and we need the 3 points as much as we need to beat Southampton. Yes, as you can see, guys, straight away, let's just get straight into it. Looking at the season so far, 12 games in, and well, it doesn't take a genius to see what we're looking at here, does it? Third bottom of the league, 2 games, 2 draws, 8 losses, only 8 points on the board. And we're already looking adrift, 6 points behind, ironically, Southampton. And this, I had suggested whether I'd maybe had a good enough squad to keep it up, and I had a lot of changes. And I feel like maybe the introduction of too many attacking minded defensive players could be the thing that cost us this season. It's not been the best of starts. I'd love to say we were unlucky. But we'll delve into that in just a moment. So looking at the season so far, as you can see, we have only won 2 games this season. Aston Villa the first game of the season, and then we have beat Preston, which doesn't bode well because Preston were one of the teams that got promoted with us, and they are below us. So it doesn't bode well that we won that, and it did take a 93rd minute winner from Vol Volkslammer Volkslammer Volksl Vogelsammer. We'll go with Vogelsammer. Um, to win it. So again, that's not something I can really boast home about. I mean, lots of defeats in there. I mean, if I want to cut myself some slack for the season so far, and we've already played Liverpool, Man United, Tottenham, Newcastle, Tottenham twice, Chelsea, and Manchester City already this season. So if I want to cut myself some slack, that may be the case. But nevertheless, it doesn't matter. You need points on the board. You need to start winning games. But you'd understand those defeats generally, but we have not helped ourselves. We've already, in 12 games this season, we've conceded 5 penalties. In consecutive games, we've conceded penalties, and it's just so frustrating. In which some of those games, it's actually cost us a point. 1 point here, and even 3 points there. 5 penalties, and it's all coming from generally the same area with our right back, with Castina. It was still the right back we've got, so we're just gonna have to hope he sorts his attitude out and stops kicking everybody. But essentially, that's what it's been like so far. It's been an absolute slug so far. 5 penalties conceded already. 2 wins, 2 defeats, and pretty much lost every game. We are out of the Carabao Cup, even though we did beat Luton in the first round. We lost to Tottenham pretty convincingly, as you can see just by looking at the result in the second round. And it didn't get any better against Tottenham in the replay either. Well, not the replay, sorry, in the league. But nevertheless, we've got to keep plodding here. We've got to go on. I mean, the plus thing is recently we did play Manchester City and we did get ourselves a draw against Manchester City, which I know it's at home, but you can only take a massive plus that we were able to take a point of Manchester City. So hopefully this is a turning point for ourselves, and we can start picking up some points. We've got some games coming up where these are games we're going to have to go for and pick up some points. And today seems a perfectly good place to start against our biggest rivals in Southampton, the only team left that we need to take over. So let's delve into what the team looks like now after 12 games. And as you can see straight away, the formation has changed, but I have changed much more than that. And the reason for these changes is I need us to look more solid. It was great last season. We had the players to be able to attack and outscore teams. This season, it's a completely different ball game. We can't just keep trying to go toe for toe. We need to almost try and nick things from teams this season. We're going to have to play the ugly side of football, none of this fancy passing, and just grind out results enough to get us through, obviously keep us up this season. And then obviously we can build on that in the process. But, one step at a time. And I'll just go through the fact is obviously we've gone through slightly more direct, but a lower pace. That means obviously, because I noticed we were trying to pick up quicker pace, but we were just making too many mistakes. Maybe we haven't got the technical players to be able to consistently do that. We've slowed things down, a bit more direct, so when we get the ball, it's straight up the top, no messing about. And obviously, I've made us very narrow, so I'd obviously rather compact, sort of like tight, small, more bodies in the midfield, try and compact that out, and hopefully stop teams overrunning us. and the balance approach kind of suggests that. So we're not obviously overcommitting or undercommitting. Well, that's the theory anyway. And recently, I have gone back to a high press. We were doing a mid block, so we were like sitting low, basically attempting to counter attack, but it wasn't really working. And then we've pushed up a little bit more. We do seem to be getting a little bit more success when we back ourselves a little bit more against teams to succeed and try and score some goals. So let's get this team ready to go and beat Southampton at St Mary's today. Obviously, this is a team we have gone with. Travis in goal, our new number one. Toffolo at left back. Lakovitti at centre back with Lascelles and Castina, who is still on the right back there. I mean, Brian may get a look back in, or Todd Kane, sorry, if things don't improve. But you know, I'm not just going to give up on him yet. In the titular position is Matt Grimes with Miranda in the middle, and in front of him is our Japanese superstar, hopefully, in Fujimoto, with Gibbs White on the left and Johnson on the right. So we've got like a Forest special on the wings, and our top scorer of the past, well, the entire series, Scarlett up front. Although, ironically, the player that seems to be most threatening his position is a player that was brought in to be third position. In Vogslammer, he's actually top scorer for us. I do prefer to start Scarlett, but he's doing really, really well. And I am getting close to switching them two around. But this is the team we are going to go for to go and beat Southampton today. And realistically, we need to beat them. Let's not wait any further. The kickoff started. Let's go and win this game. And hopefully we have an improved performance than we have recently. I am going to gamble straight away. I probably shouldn't do this and take a bit more of a positive mentality. I mean, it is Derby Day. There's no point sitting back and hoping we can nick something. Derby Days are meant to be two teams going for it. So let's try and go for it. Let's be positive, see if we can get something. I mean, the first minute hasn't boded well because obviously it's their highlight on their attack and almost their goal. But nevertheless, let's see what we can get out of this. They've got a highlight here. Again, oh, come on. I mean, how did Southampton get Simeone? But nevertheless, again, fullbacks. I know he puts it in from the middle, but where's me fullback? What's he doing? I don't really know. I don't know. I don't want to sacrifice the fullbacks going forward. But if they're never going to come back, I might have to. This is possibly, well, this was the most worst start we could have asked for. I don't know. When I said this is going to be a long season, it is going to be a long season. I mean, don't forget, guys, the aim of this series is to become the best team in the South Coast, and we have only got Southampton left to take over. But you can't excuse the fact is we could potentially get sacked before we actually take over Southampton, which means yes, it would be bring a premature end to the series. But I guess at the end of the day, we failed to do the job. We failed to become the best side in the South Coast. I mean, hopefully that won't happen, and this result hopefully won't affect us. But fans are going to start asking questions if we don't start picking up results. I mean, regardless of how successful, I know it is an attempt to avoid relegation, but if we ain't doing well in Derby Day, the fans are not going to take that very happy, are we? Especially when the gap is ridiculous now already. It has been a relatively first half, though, other than the goal, and I hope that is offside. Thank God for that. Whew. I don't really want to do this, but I think I'm going to have to basically play 4 defensive players. I've just put my entire defense to defend and just hope for the rest of the team can do something. But my God, there's half a chance you're going to come back in the next episode and this formation is going to be changed again. I'm reluctant to change it again. Because I felt like, I mean, it may take time, but I felt like we're a lot more solid playing this formation and a bit more in control of games. But being in control and picking up results are two completely different things, and we need to start picking up results. Well, that is the end of the first half, guys. And the first half, where our biggest highlight is the fact that their goal scorer has gone off injured at half time. Second half kickoff, guys, and we need to play. We need to perform better. I don't think realistically we had one highlight that went our way in the entire half. I mean, at the moment we're looking at trying to scrape points. Single points is not good enough. It's not going to get us anywhere. I mean, it puts us. I don't know. It's going to be a grind. It's going to be a real struggle. I'm going to have to pull some out of somewhere this season, and quick, because we are already 12 games into the season. I mean, you could say, "Well, Scarlett's nicked the ball of him. Can he do something with it?" Oh, come on! If you'd back any of our strikers to run halfway up the pitch and score, you'd back Scarlett, and he's absolutely made all the wrong decisions there. I mean, we've got another highlight. Confudgy. Oh, come on! I mean, it's definitely a corner, isn't it? I mean, at least we've got highlights already in this half. It's a bit That was a terrible corner. It's a lot better improved though. I'm going to encourage the lads. I know they might not appreciate it, but you know, we've started better. We're doing all right. You know what? Bring him on. We're going to brought on Vogslam. I'll probably saying it wrong. Vogslammer on the right hand side for Brennan Johnson. Brennan Johnson was one of the injuries we've had recently, and he was on his way back, so his fitness wasn't the best. Well, maybe that extra striker cutting in from the right hand side could do something for us. I mean, I'm going to gamble here. I'm going to put Gibbs White in an attacking position. Well, I'm going to set him to attack and see if he can get more forward. Maybe the gamble is playing Gibbs White on the left. Maybe that's not what he's best suited for. Oh, I mean, guys, the left-hand side seems to be probably our weakest position. I can't say we have that many to do well in there, but let's bring some new bodies in there. I'm going to have to go attacking. It's the 85th minute. I'm going to have to go attacking, and we're just going to have to go for it. Mixed crosses. Just get the ball up the pitch. Take long kicks. Good old lump it up and up for the best attitude. I mean, it's not going to do anything. And we've won 2 of our first 13 games. There's a very real possibility I could get sacked soon. It's so frustrating, because other than that minute, it's been pretty even, but we just haven't. We just don't look. We can't defend, and we just don't look like scoring. If I put 2 up top, we look vulnerable on the counter-attacking every single time they try and attack us. Well, there we have it, guys. The first derby day in the Premier League against Southampton, and we've been beaten. And I would say deservedly so, maybe not. I think the first half they had the better of it, I think. But the ratings on here probably tells you all you need to know. Bang average. Neither here nor there. Not good, not bad. Didn't look at it at all. Didn't look close to scoring. We're flat from top to bottom at the moment. Whatever I'm doing is just not working. Tactics-wise, it's not working. But I better figure out a plan soon before I'm out of a job. Well, not that I do need to show you guys the inevitable where we are. 18th in the league, 13 games played, 8 points. We are a point from safety, and they've got a game in hand. But we're like 6 points behind the team after that, and they've got a game in hand as well. I mean, at the moment, I'm stumped for answers, but this is the whole point of this game, isn't it? This is the part where it tests me, and I come up with the answers, and we'll get out of this one way or the other. I'll find a way. I'll go 2 up top, and we'll play Tony Pulis style football if I have to for one season. But we are not getting relegated. Well, we might, but I'm going to try and make sure we don't. Well, guys, I was hoping we'd be here at the end of the episode celebrating our 3rd victory of the season. and more importantly, over Southampton. I did say at the beginning that the 3 points were as important as needing to beat Southampton. Neither has been achieved, which pretty much sums up the season so far. I mean, we've lost nine of our 13 games. I mean, I guess the only saving grace is our goal difference. Yeah, it's minus 13, but it's not dreadful compared to like the teams below us. So I guess maybe we're doing something right. Well, we're not doing much right, but I mean, there's plenty of games to turn this thing around. And if I keep my job, I'm confident I can do it. I had a bit more tweaking, and I think we'll be able to find the right formula to at least get us out of this position. I mean, this season it's attempt to avoid relegation. If I finish 17th by 1 point, especially this season, uh, I'll take it. I mean, we've done very, very well in overtaking our rivals very, very quickly up to now. Southampton maybe not going to be this season. This maybe it's time not to. It's not time to rush. Maybe it's time to stay up, hope the players that we have improve throughout the season, and then build on it and try and go for the real charge next season of becoming the most dominant side in the South Coast and finally achieving that target. That would be the nice plan anyway. Who knows how it's going to go, guys? Um, there is other things to look at. You know, do we go back to two up top and just sit very defensively? Have my defenders as a back four defensively, and play the two up top. So I don't know. So maybe we're not exposed. The fullbacks aren't allowed to go up and leave in those gaps, but we've got enough players going forward to try and create some chances. You'll find out in the next episode what I've decided to do and how it's gone, how well the games have gone, and whether I have managed to find out a formula and whether it's been successful or not. Hopefully, when we do come back, I won't say 18th. I mean, hopefully it says above that. I don't want it to say below that. But guys, if you have enjoyed, if you want to call it enjoying this episode, it maybe you're enjoying the misery of me in Portsmouth. Who knows? But either way, if you have enjoyed watching me today get beat again and watching me sort of explain what plans I have for this team and how I plan to fix it, whether you agree with it or not, I'll try my best. I'll try to get us out of this situation. But I do appreciate all the support you guys give me. And if you do want to support the channel, please feel free to subscribe to the channel, like the episode, maybe leave a comment down below. You know, even if you want to celebrate my misery, I'm okay with that. But guys, again, I do appreciate all your support. And hopefully I'll see you guys not in 18th place.